You're welcome to today's broadcast. Sure Destiny TV, reaching people and touching lives.
Hello, fellow Nigerians. This is your friend and brother, Dr. Haruna Goro. This is just a quick one. I'm not really the one that is going to be speaking. I just finished watching a video of Peter Obi, where 4 years ago, he was in Florida speaking at a Nigerian business summit. And I'm telling you some of the things he was speaking about. It's really surprising to know that we've got such Nigerians. You know, I've been talking about Peter Obi, but I still didn't quite know how deep this man is, the kind of vision he has, the kind of person he is. Nigerians, we can't afford to miss this great opportunity in a person like Peter Obi. I want you to watch it yourself. You will be surprised. I'm telling you, anybody that's still on the fence, that is still undecided, or is deciding to vote any of the old parties, I'm telling you, we can't afford to mess with our destiny or our future come 2023 election. I want you to watch this. And just before we watch it, because I want him to speak for himself, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you've not already done so. And if you've done so, please share this broadcast with as many people as you can. Also like it. By so doing, YouTube and Facebook will recommend it to many more people so that they can also get to watch. So thank you for watching. Let's just hear what Peter Obi has to say.
When I was invited to this event, I don't know the people. I've never met them. I've not met Ken. I've not met anybody. And I recall my wife asking me, Peter, must you go to everywhere they invite you? And I said, they are Nigerians. Maybe if I go there, maybe you convert one. Because what we need now is to convert people. Coincidentally, I was invited for a speaking engagement at Yale University, which I did on Thursday, on issue of Africa. And it came at the right time because we have just been nicknamed the shithole. That is a statement that I feel all of us here feel bad about. That all Africa has been so used in that degrading manner. We have been reduced to that and everything. But as a philosopher, I always tell people, whenever people talk to me in a manner that I feel bad, I go into myself and reassess and re-examine myself. Unexamined life is not worth living. Why will anybody prefer people from Norway against people from Africa? And somebody asks, how about your life? You know why I asked that question? Nigeria has become a case of where lunatics took over the asylum. And we don't know what lunatics do when you want to take anything back from them. They create a thing as if there's a war. So you run away. If a madman comes there, you say, hey, everybody say, I don't want to touch this madman. That's what they're doing. We need to take it back. We need to become as mad as they are. They can't manage it. You have a critical problem. The managers of your country, I'm not talking about president or governor, anybody. Fella hit it. The lower people, none of you knows who is in your local government. Every local government in Nigeria receives 100 million naira every month. Go and look for their chairman, they are nowhere to be found. And the same thing goes with your state. You have a situation today where people are owing salary for 7 months and they're celebrating their birthday. How can you say a thing like that? How can you be celebrating when you've ruined people's life? People are dying and you're celebrating and people are watching it on TV. It's a crisis. And the only people that can stop that crisis is you. As governor, I come here, you know what people tell me? This man bought this house, this man bought this house. Where are you going to buy your own? Why will I buy a house in America? I don't live in America. I have nothing to do with America. It only cost me $200 to come here and go. Why will I buy a house? Americans should live in America. I'm a Nigerian. I live in Onitsha. That is where I should live. I go to South Africa. I go to everywhere. I say, buy a house in South Africa. Buy. How many South Africans have bought a house in Nigeria? How many Americans have bought a house in Nigeria? So why would Nigerians come here? You live here. Yes, you can own a house here. I come here as governor and Nigerians will tell you, oh, let's bring somebody and have a party. Why will I leave Nigeria to come and do party here? No way. I have people who need food in the country. And Nigerians are celebrating here. And you go there and become them His Excellency. When you should push them to go back and do their work at home. So start telling them, if your governor comes here or local government chairman, do not be part of celebrating him. Tell him to go home and fix what he's supposed to do. Don't encourage him to waste the resources. It didn't come with his money. It came with your money. We're asking you to bring back your own. What we need to do is to manage that which is there effectively. Nigerian GDP is 400 billion. And on top of it, our government have the most wasteful people in charge in the world. We're in a state of Florida. This state has a GDP of $793 billion. That is twice the GDP of Nigeria. Your richest state in America is California, with a GDP of 2.6 trillion, 6 times Nigerian GDP. With a per capita of 50,000, Nigeria is 2. Can governor of California drive 5 vehicles at a time? No, I'm asking you people a question. So we need to fix it. In your place, they use 30 and call it convoy. If it's not madness, tell me what it is. Or you think madness is when somebody doesn't have a cloth? No, there's first of all madness. That's what we need to fix first. So I want you to be part of that change agent fella is saying. Let people have souls and care for their people. We need people who can think. How did China change? What happened to China? How did they change? Even in just in the year 2000, China had been able to build from year 2000 to year 2000 to move from, go and check their GDP in the year 2000 was just 1 trillion. Today it's 12. Why is our own still 400? Why are we not investing in the right thing? Today everybody knows, everybody is investing in education and all that. We're not investing. People are saying why the problems we have solved in Nigeria. How can it solve? 60% of the people, children out of school, live in sub-Saharan Africa. 10 million live in Nigeria. You can go and check your records. A particular state in Nigeria, Zamfara, in the last year NECO, had only 110 students, only 24 passed. A state of 5 million people. When another state has almost 200,000 for the same exam, it's Nigeria. Every part of Nigeria is important to us. On top of this type of situation, you still have people like me who are elected. Only in Nigeria, you elect people. People ask me now while we're eating lunch, what is the problem? I say the problem is the people. So only in Nigeria that you elect people. They don't have car, they don't have anything. 6 months, they build a house, buy 20 cars, and call it for Thanksgiving, and people will go there. And they will be praying in the church, telling God to bless them. And the bishop will preach that wherever they got the money, should give them more when they have to call police. Because they know where the money came from. Everybody knows where the money came from. But they are still celebrating it. He comes to America and buy a house, and they said if you see his house, and it's in choice areas. When he's in Washington, they tell you this place, this man owns the house here. In New York, this man owns the house here. With whose money? Let him show you his business. It's their time job that earn that money, in which is if Shobanjo, who is doing of advertisement, wants to buy a house in the best area of the world, let him go and buy it. But for God's sake, why would Peter come and buy the choice area in Washington when he didn't own it before? A governor built a house that is unbelievable, and they asked, he said, I used to have the money. Why didn't you build it before? Hey, wait a minute. What are you telling us? And you're owing us salary. Even if you had the money before, you would have kept quiet. The rascality must stop. That's what we need to do first. Let's deal with this rascality first. Even when people talk about borrowing, there's nothing wrong in borrowing. You live in an 18 trillion economy, isn't it? America is 18 trillion GDP. But they're owing 21 trillion. Even China that I mentioned is owing 5 trillion. The entire debt of Africa is under 200 billion. Which means Africa can borrow more. But who is going to manage this new money we are going to borrow? Is it the same character that is there now? No. So when you're talking about borrowing money, the greatest tragedy your country is facing today is that the managers of the country have never managed anything in their life. If a man has not created wealth or managed anything, he cannot manage public one. You suddenly find somebody who has never seen 1 billion and then throw him and say he's the governor to manage 12. Go and check it all over the world. All lottery winners went bankrupt. These countries are run today like business. They are managed by people who have managed something. People say, oh Peter, when you went there, what happened? This, that. No, there was no difference. I had a business that I was running. So I know profit and loss. So when I went there, for me it was a profit and loss. How much do we get? How much are we going to lose? Why should Governor of Anambra State have a lodge in Abuja? For God's sake. This man doesn't live in Abuja. Why would I have a lodge in Abuja? My predecessor bought it for 800 million. We furnished with 200 million, 1 billion, and we are spending about over 10 million every month to keep this house going. I said, no. What are we doing? It's too expensive. I don't live in Abuja. I'm governor of Anambra. I have nothing to do with the lodge in Abuja. We have to shut it down. It doesn't work. And they say we have to use it. We have 15 vehicles. 15 in Abuja. 15 vehicles. So 15 drivers. Doing what? And people give us the schools that we need it. We even have a lodge in Lagos. Tell me, what type of rascality is this? I said, no, it cannot happen. We have to shut all these things down. We don't need it. Because it doesn't make sense. If you go today, we have given it to United Nations. That's where United Nations is. Since they bombed their place. A year after I came. I said, no. Imagine the amount of money it saves us every year. I can go on and on. Because we had 30 vehicles. We had a fuel dump. Almost a filling station. For what? Why are you going to have all this cost? If I tell you people the cost of governance in Nigeria is wickedness of the highest order. And people do it.
Wow, what a personality. Peter Obi, I salute you. We need you as a president. Nigerians, please, let's be smart. He spoke longer than this, but I didn't want to do a long broadcast, so I've broken it into segments. So I'm going to be playing the second part. I want you to watch it again. But please go ahead and share this one. And remember to subscribe to my channel if you've not already done so. And also like this broadcast. Thank you very much. God bless you. And may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Bye-bye.